before I do that, I was trying to remember when we started working together. All I know is that it was P&C, and you were in IT, and I was in operations, and so it means it's like 15 plus years ago, maybe 20 years ago. I have a hard time remembering what happened yesterday or 5 years ago. They both seem about the same on certain days. But Kathy, you have always been a person who embodied a phrase that we talk a lot about, USAA, of care and candor. The candor piece is actually my favorite. Kathy tells the truth, even if it hurts. And we need more of that. We need to remember that about what you've taught us. You get stuff done. You're on the team of people that I call when I need to move a mountain. I need some new folks like that, by the way, after today. But Kathy gets stuff done. But she does it with care and a compassion for everyone in this room, for every employee, and always has the membership in mind. And that's something that we can all take with us forever, that you've taught us. So the first up today is Miss Chalice Jones.
So I've been here over 11 years, but when I first started here, I figured out very quickly that Kathy had the purse strings. And so I had to go figure out how this worked. And so I really, really needed some money to do a project, and it wasn't, well, I always need money, but this is for a project. And it wasn't a whole lot, so it wasn't really going to rise to the prioritization, and I went and I begged Kathy, and she's like, yeah, well, you know, it's not really going to hit even the top 100. She said, but. She's like, every one of these people has change in their pocket. She's like, just go shake them down. What? She's like, just go shake them down. She's like, they'll give you a little bit. She goes, and if you get a little bit here, and you get a little bit there, collectively you'll be able to pay for it. She goes, and I'll just put it in there, and we'll be good. And you know what? That's how I learned a good shakedown. And still to this day, I could do that. But yes, and the other thing I will tell you, and Kathy, I think this is one of the things I'm going to miss the most. You know, you really do, in certain times, you don't have the answers. And sometimes it's with people, sometimes it's with projects, and frankly, sometimes it's just with life. But Kathy, you have always been there for me and for anybody else I know. And when we go to you, you don't just say, hey, you know what, here's an answer. You help us work through it. You've always helped us come to a conclusion. And I always say, you always have a menu, right? It's always like, you can do this, but this could happen. You could do this. And so you've always been very fair and balanced in how we go through that. So I will miss that leadership so, so much, and I know everybody else will. So thank you for teaching me the ropes when I got here. But as I continue to grow in my career, thank you for always giving me good feedback and being very candid, as you said, but you always did it with care. So thank you for being who you are.
Thanks, Charles. Up next is JR. JR, you might be the most junior relationship here because you've been with the company, what, 2 years?
3 years.
3 years. Right? And Kathy, years, that's like you've been here a minute.
I hope everyone can hear me with a mic. I'm not good with mics. Usually talk to people without mics. But Kathy and I were talking, and it reminded me as I was getting ready for today, the last person in my interview process was Kathy, and it was on a Friday afternoon. It was at about 3:45, but her meeting before ran late, so it was at 4 o'clock. So we met at 4 o'clock on a Friday afternoon, and it was scheduled for a 30-minute interview, but it went an hour. It was by far the hardest of the interviews I had.
I'm not sure about that, but
A lot of direct questions, a lot of, and I'm going to get this wrong, but everyone who's been in a room with Kathy, when someone has said something that's kind of, okay, I'll question that, or I don't know about that, or maybe it's, you'll get that, And so she would ask about where I've been, and she said, then she'd go, how is this going? Okay. And at the end of the day, one of the things she said, she goes, as she was talking about different things, and it's glad to meet you, and hopefully things will work out. She said, who's your favorite baseball team? And I could tell by her accent that there was probably some Red Sox in her somewhere. I said, well, my first game was in Fenway. And she goes, oh, that's great. And I said, but I'm a Yankees fan.
Yeah.
And she kind of looked at me and she said, ha ha. Let me just tell you about the professionalism of this person. going through my first operational planning, trying to understand what's going on, being here 3.5 months. Kathy said, hey, you know what? I'll just come down and we'll sit together through this. And we sat in the room 2 days straight, every second. Man, I heard a lot of ha, ha, ha. As people would say what they're going to do, how they're going to do it. But she called things out. She was your wingman. She was your partner. She was your friend. And all of us can only strive to be that good. So Kathy, it's going to be hard for me next year because I'm not going to have anyone to say, hey, the Yankees beat the Red Sox last night.
I'll text you when they win.
I knew that was coming. But you know, we say, did you leave a legacy? You left a legacy in many hearts, not only in this room, but outside. And they're going to carry on that legacy of what you've meant both for our company, but more importantly, to all those members, especially the 350,000 who are deployed today. So thank you for everything you've done.
Thanks, JR.
Got one. I got
Up
one.
next is our head of HR, Pat Teague.
Okay, I'm gonna try not to cry. I don't know what else I can say that has not already been said, but Kathy and I would say she has been my battle buddy for a really long time. She's one of those people that run into the fire and not away from it. And I do believe Stuart actually called you the truth teller once in front of all of EC, which is, you know, something you should wear very proudly. And we all know that if we needed a solution, we could go to Kathy, and Kathy would provide one for us. She's never turned me away, and believe me, I've called on her many, many a times. Because we all know there's an informal network that works here at USAA that gets stuff done, and Kathy's one of those people that make that network come alive. I'll quote one of my favorite quotes, Maya Angelou, and I think this is really Kathy. You know, you may forget what people say, and you may forget what people do, but you will never forget how people make you feel. And so, Kathy, thank you for always making us feel wonderful. Thank you for taking care of this company, our employees, and our members. We'll miss you. Thank you.
I don't know what else to say. Kathy, you've left a mark on me, on this company, on our members, on our employees, that will last forever. And for that, we thank you. We wish you the best, a little bit of jealousy, with the next chapter, because I know you're going to have the same impact on the next chapter of your life as well. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Are we good?
Did everyone get cake? The most important part. So if you guys want to take a minute, just make sure everybody got cake. If everybody didn't get opportunities to take pictures with Kathy, and then in a few minutes we're going to have Karen kind of do our final farewell, so you guys might want to prepare with tissues or things like that. We do also have the thumbprint. So if anybody hasn't left their thumbprint and their name to let Kathy know that you were here to kind of celebrate the farewell with her, leave her some retirement advice. You know, you can leave phone numbers if you want her to take you on one of her trips or something like that too.
So put your name in a hat.
Finish some of that stuff up, and then Karen will kind of head us out with the final farewell in a little bit. Thank you guys.